Right. Good day, all. So it's been a couple of weeks, right? So we're moving on to Surah 28. Surah 28, right? And this is about the narrative or story. And for those of you who know me and know me well would know that I don't like stories, especially like religious stories and so on. Like all these stories, be it Christianity, Hinduism, in the Quran, whatever it is, I don't fancy stories, right? I don't fancy, yeah, I don't fancy stories, religious stories, books from books and so on. I'm more on the message, right? So the topic is on the narrative story, but I will not go with regard to the storytelling, but rather the extraction. So this video would be a very short one because the chapter is mostly focused on the storytelling, this particular chapter, right? And there really is no narrative again to be told. There's no story again to be told, right? Um, so if we jump straight to verse 43, right? It says that the Quran has been sent down as guidance and mercy that people may be reminded, right? As a reminder for people, right? Right. So who is more astray? If we jump to 50, right? Who is more astray than one who follows his own desire without guidance from Allah? Right? So we all have desires, we all have wishes, desires, dreams, so on, right? And many of us are here to fulfill those things, right? Many people are here to actually fulfill their dreams, desires, goals, whatnot, right? But others, unfortunately, are not meant to do those things. So it's just an understanding that we need to come to, right? An understanding for those who need to hear it, including myself, right? For those of you who need to hear it, right? Who is more astray than those who follow his desire without guidance, right? So it's talking about when you are guided by Allah, you follow the path that Allah has assigned to you, right? Without following anybody else, whether it be things of the world, whether it be past prophets, whatever it is, right? If Allah guides you, right? Allah is guiding you, right? Um, and when Allah guides you, you will not deviate from the path. You will not go astray from the path that Allah has assigned for you, right? So jump to 55. It says that when you hear ill speech, right? When you hear ill speech, to turn away from it, right? Ill speech meaning people backbiting each other, gossiping about each other, as we talked about at length, right? In social circles, whether it be ethnic circles, classes circles, whatever, and you're hearing people gossiping, talking about each other, right? To turn away from that sort of ill speech, right? To not pay attention to it, even though if you might be in the middle, so sometimes you might be able to leave the environment, other times you might be constrained for a period of time, right? But it's to turn away mentally or physically from that arena, from that space, right, in which people ill speak each other, right? Um, so whatever we have been given, whatever you have been given, it is only for the enjoyment of a worldly life and is temporary, right? It's only for the enjoyment of a worldly life and is temporary. Whatever of this world and its adornment, right, that has been given to you and me, right, is only for a temporary period and it's only for worldly enjoyment, right? And what Allah has given to you is better and more lasting, right? Um, and that is wisdom, right? That is wisdom, right? So do not exalt. Allah does not like the exalted, meaning boastfulness, right? As you are upon the earth, do not be boastful about that which you have. Do not just be humble in terms of that which you have been granted or given, right? Whether it's a home, whether it's food, whatever it is, be humble in that which you've been given, right? And do not boast about anything that you own, be it a vehicle, a house, a food, whatever it is you have been given, right? Do not be prideful or boastful about it, right? It said in 83 that the home of the hereafter we assign, the home of the hereafter Allah assigns to those who do not desire exultant behavior, right, or corruption, right? So those who do not desire, who do not participate or desire to participate in corrupted activities, right? The home of the hereafter is assigned to you, right? So 87 says, never let anyone avert you from the verses of Allah, right? So the message of Allah, right? Never allow anybody to avert you from the message of Allah, right? Once this has been conveyed to you, right? Once it has been conveyed to you, to not allow anybody to distract you from that, right? So yeah, like I said, this would be short, and I'll be completing the book in time to come, right? So have a good day, everybody.